Hi there, in this short video I'm going to quickly teach you the major pentatonic scale, the minor pentatonic scale, as well as the blues scale. I'm going to give you a lick for each one of those three scales, and then we're going to end off this lesson with a lick that combines all three of those scales together. I find it very helpful when you practice these different kind of scales in conjunction with each other, because then you actually get to hear what they sound like against each other. Otherwise, it's kind of hard to form your own opinions and internalize the sound of that scale. So it's really good, like when you play the major pentatonic scale against the minor pentatonic scale, then you can really hear those two distinctly different characters kind of come to life. So let's have a look at the A major scale using the E shape. Okay, you can see that scale on the screen right now. That is the A major scale, making use of the E shape. And you can see that the notes are numbered. That we've got number 1, which is our root, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. And then it goes all the way up to 2. And now those are basically the degrees of the scale. Alright? Now, when I play the major scale, you can hear that it's got 7 notes, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. Now, the major scale has got a really kind of a dense sound because it's using 7 notes, right? Now, the major pentatonic scale, on the other hand, has got a much more open sound because it only uses 5 notes, and that's where the scale, the name of the scale comes from, the pentatonic scale, penta meaning 5. So basically 7 minus 5 is 2, right? So now we need to get rid of 2 notes of the major scale to give us the major pentatonic scale. The 2 notes that we're going to get rid of will be the 4th and the 7th degrees of the scale. As you can see on the screen right now, this is our 4th and our 7th. Then up the octave, that's the 4th, and that's the 7th. So now we need to get rid of these 2 notes in order to get the A major pentatonic scale. So instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, I'm going to play 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 1. And the same when I take it up the octave. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 1. Alright. As you can hear, that scale has got a much more open sound. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to play up the major scale, and I'm going to come down the major scale. Then I'm going to change to the major pentatonic scale, and I'm going to come down the major pentatonic scale. And I want you to listen to the sound of the scale. Listen to the character of the scale completely changing just by dropping those 2 notes. Alright, so here we go with the major scale. Okay, and here's the major pentatonic. Okay, so as you can hear, those 2 scales are quite different, right? The major scale, like I said, has got a kind of a dense sound because of the 7 notes, right? But the major pentatonic scale, only having 5 notes, it's a very open sounding scale, right? So let's look at a major pentatonic scale lick. It sounds like this. Alright, here's the first half of the lick. I'm bending from 7 to 9, then I release the bend, and I pull off to 5, those first couple of notes. One more time. Then it's 7 on the E, 7 on the B, 5, hammering to 7, pulling back off to 5 on the E. So one more time slowly. Okay, so let's have a look at the second part of this lick, which sounded like this. Basically, I'm pulling off from 7 to 5 on the B, Then I pick 6 on the G, 7 on the E. One more time. And then I come back to 6 on the G. Then I pick 5, hammering to 7 on the B. Then I pick 5 on the E. So far we've got, one more time. Then I've got 5 on the B, 5 hammering to 6 on the G, and then 7 on the D. Now technically this note is a C, it's not part of the major pentatonic scale. That's why I'm hammering to this note as quickly as I can, so that I can get that major third happening. Okay, it's just a little of a bluesy thing where I'm playing the C hammering to the C sharp, right? I'll talk about that more in another lesson. But so far we've got... Okay, so that's just a really simple lick using the major pentatonic scale. Of course, there are loads more, but just for the purpose of this lesson, I just wanted to do 3 basic licks so that you can practice them together and start to hear the difference in the sounds. Okay, so this wraps up the major pentatonic scale. Okay, it's a very brief introduction, and let's have a look at the minor pentatonic scale.